Hi everyone. So today I'm gonna be giving a tour of the castle. And I know this is one that kinda, everyone's kinda sorta looks the same, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There's a few things I scrapped early on that I wish I hadn't, like unique stuff, and so I regret doing that, but also I didn't want to start a whole new game. So yeah, I'll start by kind of taking us up around the outside, and then we'll come back around to the front entrance and head in and around. So yeah, tried to make it welcoming and imposing at kind of the front. Um, some I some ideas you'll see kind of taking inspiration from other builders. Shazo in particular, the statue and plants thing around the front just kind of make it look a little active and also doubles as, their farming area. Little area for folks to keep their Brahmin as they come in, and then the front entrance will come in this way later. Managed to sink some fences in around the outside, and then these little guard posts here looking at the main entrance. Here's the kind of inside of the Brahmin area. Um, yeah. Little tool shed. You can like come and grab any miscellaneous things you might need. Yeah, this fountain, I just kind of felt like something needed to be there, but I didn't know what, so there it is. Looks like there was a grand fountain there, and it's kind of been overtaken by the water and, you know, the post-apocalypse. Um, I'll try to do some night shots, but these lights kind of make it look neat at night. Just a little tanning slash cooking area down here by the water. And we're coming up on our first house here. Some various garden plots around. I tried to put plants over where there was already foliage. Another little work area. Okay, and here's the first house. And this is where kind of the farmers live, just around the outskirts here. I'll also say this is the first time I've like fully decorated a settlement, or tried to at least. And goddamn is that, I mean, it was fun, but tedious, my god. So I have a lot of respect for people who do that, especially for like every single settlement. Even more respect for people who do that now. Yeah, little fishing area out here. A lot of the Far Harbor stuff was really good for, coastal themed decorations. And these shack bridge pieces are perfect for making little docks. So I made a bunch of those. Another little growing area here. This was inspired by, like, you can't really walk around here at first. It's too close to the water. So I just put some foundations down and then decided to just build a whole structure around. So kind of some docks you can fish off of. There's, oh no, these aren't going. Yeah, so you can fish around side here, just some scrap, some work areas, some relevant decorations. Come out here, kind of look off the edge here. Over at Spectacle Island over there, I think. Yeah. And as you can see, we're gonna be going over towards where the water production is. Which, as you know, there's some kind of setup there already when you come across the castle, but I've tried to expand it a little bit. Here's another just kind of house on the outskirts. Little cooking area. just seating area and living area. Pretty simple stuff. Yeah. And I used a prefab for that, which I don't do that often, but I like there's some shapes in there that you don't get in the just standard wooden pieces and stuff that they give you. Here's a dock. I tried to extend it out as far as I could, looking over out that way. And yeah, just some big water purifiers to provide for the whole settlement. I think I've got 4 of them. And then this is the setup that's kind of here when you get here, right? Oh, tried to decorate these little protrusions some because they look kind of cool. Wanted to highlight them. Just a little work shack. You can come out here, do some tanning, work on some stuff, do some grilling, and look out there. Some more fish. Stuff that we're catching. And another little dock out here between the water purifiers. See some hints of what we'll be looking at later. And same thing here, it was too close to the water going around the edge, so I just made another little structure here, a little more open than the other one. I think this is the first thing I decorated too. Yeah, another little grilling area, some fish, looking out towards South Boston that way. Bathtub filled with junk, classic. Yeah, and a little windmill on top of there. Another dock out this way. We love putting the life preservers around the flamingos. And so this is kind of the back, you know, where all the rubble kind of opens up into it when you first run across it. There's some traps here for anyone who tries to come in this way. And then this is just more traps where the kind of front guards hang out. There's no one here at the moment. They must be walking around doing other things, but yeah. And this is also the main kind of guard post once we get up in there. Okay. So now I think, let's reset that. Close that. Okay. Trying to put some statues in here, light them up at night. And a little guard post there. Some more traps, more plants. Yeah, and so here's kind of the front. So if you're coming in from South Boston, this is what you'll see coming in. And yeah, enter this way. We've got stuff for rent, we've got stuff for sale. No one here at the moment, unfortunately, but just looking out over the front. Some little items I found around. There wasn't a ton of like junky stuff around here, which kind of sucks, but I did what I could. Another, oh, let's look at these signs as we go around. So, yeah, bakery for rent, police this way, various food, shops. Another little dock here for people making their way in. Various shops this way. Another little dock with a little fish rack. This is just a little toilet for this house right here, which is where if you're a trader or something, you can pop in here if you just want to spend a night. Managed to put a fish rack up there. And this is just a little thing, but for anything that's like for the Minutemen, I used a blue door And anything, you know, miscellaneous, or if it's for traders or, you know, third parties. Used a green door. So, yeah, looking at this way over the water. Um, Place for your luggage. And then just a couple mattresses thrown down because, you know, you're just going to spend the night. Okay. So, let's head in to the main place here. And McCready can hang out here while we do that. And that one's off too, unfortunately. There we go. Alright. So here's the main kind of checkpoint. Someone's usually sitting there. Some relevant items. Tried to make it cozy. Little place you can get checked in. Make sure we know who's coming through. Get cleaned up from being out in the wasteland. And here we are, the main kind of entrance inside the castle. And so maybe I'll kind of go around the bottom part and then we'll go up on the ramparts? Is that what they'd be called? Yeah, so let's go on through here. So if you're a trader or even a Minuteman, you know, unit coming through, this is where it's gonna kind of direct you. The gym will go in later. This, of course, is where the guy that runs the radio sets up. Little area to grill out, chill, more, no, chill area and more gardens. And this, of course, is the armory. Another little checkpoint here, laser musket up on the wall. Another Shazo inspiration, because there's not a ton you can do with this rubble. So just making it look like it's under construction. And then a little extended waiting area down there, because I wasn't totally sure what to do with that space. Bunch of security set up as we head in through here. And here we have the armory slash war room slash, you know, where the Minutemen leaders can kind of meet. Bunch of like traps, extra turrets and stuff, extra relevant items on the wall. This is also where I set up the reactor. And yeah, Ronnie hangs out in here, and she usually leans up against this enlist sign, which is kind of cool. The overseer desk seemed good for in here. Just kind of imposing. Yeah, hi Ronnie. Some power armor. Power armor. More relevant items. Mix of, you know, ammunition and traps and stuff like that, and then also just drinks and coffee, you know. The Minutemen run on coffee, I imagine. And this is where either Ronnie or I would sit, depending on who's kind of here that day. Okay. Hey, Ronnie. Okay. So that's the armory. Let's, I'm actually gonna... Well, let's go in the gym first, and then I'll run somewhere and sleep and see if I can get these guys to go where they're supposed to be, instead of just standing around. Okay, so here's the gym. Little locker room, you can leave your stuff before you head in. Desk to get signed into the gym. And then just, you know, typical gym stuff. We've got an invisible Minuteman slowly lifting weights. Little clipboard and timer for if you're timing yourself doing exercises or whatever. And then a little hydration station for grabbing some water. Just relevant sports and games items. couple of bikes. Yeah, baseball stuff here. And then up here we have just kind of, I tried to put quite a few of these porches just because it's such a cool area to look out over. So here's just a nice little area, and you probably noticed I tried to stick with a blue theme kind of all around, hopefully without overdoing it. And then here, I like putting these kind of rafter pieces, and then you can snap stuff onto them. So basketball hoops seemed good in there. And I think, unfortunately, it's getting dark. So let's just run in this area. And then I'll run and sleep and see if we can't get everyone to go where they're supposed to be. Yeah, so this is for workshop area for, you know, traders and visitors. So you can come in here, fix up your weapons, fix up your power armor. This one's got a jetpack on it to get up on the ramparts. Fix up your armor. Sit here, hang out, have a cup of coffee. Another, you know, grilling out, hanging out area here. Okay, so maybe so as to not, oh, now they're splitting. Okay, great. Great timing. To not spoil the rest, I'm gonna run out here, take a nap, or just rest all night, I guess. And, yeah. Hopefully everyone will be where they're supposed to be in the morning. Hopefully this is an okay narration. I've never really done this before. Okay, let's see. Alright, we got a provisioner coming up. Okay, we're gonna make our way through here again. Relevant signs, kind of telling you where to go. And that's where we're gonna head right now. Is over to the shops. Peek in here really quick. Yeah, this is obviously where the guy that runs the radio hangs out. He's got a gun in case he needs it, some food, and plenty of stuff to stay hydrated because he sits there all the time. And then a little newspaper to keep him updated so he can go ahead and share the news. Here's our scavenger. Not everyone has armor pieces, but, and this doesn't really matter, but everyone has like the best legendary pieces that I could kind of find. Everyone who's wearing armor, since this is my main kind of settlement. Also, everyone is wearing, you know, the militia hat, the Minutemen outfit that you can put armor pieces over. That doesn't really matter, just something I wanted to do. Okay, so let's head around to the market. So this is the junk shop. This is one of the first things I decorated too, and it was a lot of fun. You know, general stores are always fun to do. Nuka-Cola machine, and then just more junky stuff in there. Little area where you can grab a shopping basket, head into the market. Another statue in case you've forgotten that this is the Minutemen. Shopping cart. I actually found that pretty far away and brought it all the way over here. So we'll head into the market. But first we're going to head over here, which is where I've set up a little bathroom. This is one of the first things I built, actually. And I know it's kind of weird to put these like outdoor pieces in here, but that's just what I did. So these sinks, of course, are here when you get here. Just added some other shelving, some other storage for relevant stuff. And then we've got a couple little stalls here. This is, yeah, I just thought that was funny to put that there. Um, yeah, these things, I don't know what they are, but in my head they're like kind of like Febreze. So I like put one in front of a fan. Um, Maybe it'll make the bathroom smell a little better since this is the main bathroom. And then in here we have a little shower area. Um, you know, get ready, hamper for your dirty clothes, dirty towels. Come over here and take a bath. These, I know they're fish racks, but it kind of looks like you could be hanging clothes on them. So that's why I that there. Okay. So another little construction area here. Okay. So let's head around the market. So this is the clothing store. Um, this is another little thing I did. Everyone who's providing a service or is a salesman has a little camo bandana. Everyone who's a guard has a red bandana, the patrolman glasses, and then all the farmers have just a green bandana and sunglasses. And speaking of bandanas and glasses, that's what's in these little display cases here. That, of course, goes up on the ramparts where we'll go later. And then just, you know, various clothing display stuff. And some relevant items here, you know, yarn, cloth, irons. Yeah. Next we have the weapon store. And, you know, on display is mostly laser muskets. And then, you know, some traps, some fusion cores, various weapons. All the shopkeepers, too, have a little gun behind the counter, because you notice that out in the wasteland, you know, behind the counters they'll have little weapons in case anything goes down. Of course, they won't actually grab them, but, you know, it's the role play. Yeah, and little weapon rack. I tried to put up relevant posters and stuff around here too, because these little, you know, rectangular bricked up window things that come with the castle just fit these posters perfectly. So, bunch of ammo here. Yeah, and more display stuff, ammo, etc. Next we have the armor shop, and this is one of the people wearing armor because it just made sense. More relevant kind of items around here, tanning thing, armor workbench, power armor display. I know they don't actually sell power armor, but seemed like a good spot to put it. And then just some examples of what we might be selling here. There's a synth leg. Wonder where they got that from. Anyway. And then just more relevant pieces back there, and then a mannequin over here showing off some of the pieces. Back here we have the kind of dining area. These, I just kind of had to give up putting stuff on there at some point because they just get knocked over so much, as you guys probably know. And it looks like some of my shit here's gotten knocked over too. So that's great. It's been there literally weeks, and when I do the tour, it gets knocked over, of course. Anyway, yeah, this is the little dining / kitchen area. You know, bring your own food, or you know, take what's kind of provided. We've got a soda machine, of course. This is one of the guys on guard duty. I guess he's taking a break to have some soda. You know, relevant items up here for if you want to make your own food. Kind of communal seating areas here. Yeah. And then down here we have just some extra food and kitchen storage. So I spent a really long time arranging this stuff that no one's ever gonna see. Okay, food storage down that way. Alright, so here we're just gonna pretend like all of those bottles are here where they're supposed to be, and that's really too bad, because it looks so cool. I don't know what happened. And all of the shot glasses were in there. I am really, really bummed about that. Anyway. So, you know, just imagine that they're in here. Because it looked dope. There, just give you a taste of how cool it looked. God damn it. Okay. Anyway, here's the clinic. Yeah, just again, more relevant items, some magazines for if you're waiting to be seen. How did that get all the way over here? Oh my god, I'm so pissed about that. Oh, okay. Anyway, ignore that. Surgery. This I'm really I'm really happy with. What hurts? Back, feet, everything. Because that's one of the things the settlers say. I'm sure you guys know. And then this is just a little, this is where you can get your hair cut. I tried to set this up like when you go to the salon and they have you sit and put your head back to wash your hair. Little optometrist, some desks, and then this is where the chemistry station is as well. We're gonna go back in there, but first, so this is back at the main entrance. And if you kind of come around this way instead, this is another place you can drop off your animals. And then this, of course, is where the workbench and stuff is. So I made this kind of the... God, stuff is everywhere today. Where the kind of player character would work on stuff. So yeah, just kind of tried to clutter the workbench with stuff. And, you know, if you want to have a snack while you're working, just miscellaneous toolboxes and stuff like that, so. Little places to sit all around. Oh, dog meat's here. Good boy. Good boy. He's got some dog food and a little teddy bear to play with there. This is the market entrances where we just were, and we might as well just see this extra bathroom up here. Or if you're in the market, you have to go, you can drop right in. And we might as well go up in here too. So I showed a little hint earlier. We have a cat around here somewhere. She might be on the outside, she likes to be out there. And there's more stuff everywhere. Great. Great. Anyway, so, you know, little hangout area, more magazines, if you're waiting here to be seen. And then this is where I imagine, you know, I would live, kind of the player character up here, where you got a good view over the entrance. Bunch of various little projects going on, just like I have in real life. Okay. Okay, and this is also the trader's entrance. Some farm tools if you need to grab anything. So this is where the traders can hang out. Little desk for rent if you want to sit here and, you know, peddle your stuff, whatever you've got for sale. Safe so no one messes with your stuff while you're here. And then this is a little place for the traders to sleep while they're here. I'm hoping this guy isn't in my way. Who have we got here today? Excuse me. Might have to kind of maneuver around him here. We've got Trash Can Carla here today. Hey Carla. And this is, of course, a restricted area, and this is where the beds will be. This door locks if we need it to. There's the cat. Hey buddy. Yeah, and this is the main living area. So, pretty cluttered. People have various projects going on, depending on who it is. Some dog tags around, some flags, some little, these picture frames I feel like fit well with the Minutemen. So I'm just gonna kind of go around and show each little bed area. Some of the stuff has cluttered around too. That's too bad. I swear, it's been like fine for, you know, weeks in game, and now when I do this, this is where Ronnie sleeps, and so she's old, so I gave her this little thing. I don't even know what it is, but it just seems like an old person thing. Yeah, relevant stuff kind of cluttered around here. This person maybe knits or crochets or something. And then a little chill out area for, you know, when you're getting geared up for another day in the Commonwealth. And yeah, that's the bedroom. Go over this way. So this is kind of the recruitment offices. So if you're thinking of joining up, this is where you'll go. This is one of the last things I built because I could not figure out what to do with this area. But that's what I ended up doing with it. Little couch, little waiting area, and then recruitment offices either side of here. So you'll come in, sit down, someone will see you, and see if you're qualified to join the Minutemen. Maybe give you a couple trial runs, you know. And the vault signs seemed relevant for this area. Alright, so I think it's time to head up to the ramparts, where we will also wrap up. So, these watchtowers, another Shazo inspiration, although I changed them up a little bit with, I really like using these boxcar pieces for stuff. So, let's head into this one. This is kind of the theme all around. These kind of, I tried to vary the walls, but these concrete ones are good. They kind of blend in with how the castle looks anyway. Little seating area around side here. And let's head up on in here. Little surprise back behind that door. You can see peeking through. And I know this is the Enclave stuff, but from a distance it just looks like an American flag, and it looks kind of recon-y, you know, tactical gear-ish, so I thought it was appropriate. And up here is just a couple of bedrooms for the guards that work near here. So here's just one little bedroom, and then we've got our other little bedroom around here. Yeah. Close those doors for some privacy. And then up on the third floor, we have just some guard posts. So we have one looking over, ooh, it's real foggy now. That's too bad. Over the Commonwealth, and then one looking over the castle grounds themselves here. Okay, gonna head back out. Yeah, tried to make it look lived in, you know. Devin was here, I think that says. I don't even remember doing that, but I guess I decided that this guy's name is Devin. Great job, Devin. You're doing so good. Okay. So this is where you'd come up from down below. I actually really like this area. This is probably like my favorite area. Just using this clutter stuff as like a little table. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, this is where you would come up. And then this is another little area where guards would live. People at my apartment complex just started vacuuming outside. Hopefully that's not getting picked up, because that's annoying. Yeah, little place to have breakfast. Everyone has their own little crates. I think it's funny to put handcuffs on some of the beds. You know, you gotta find entertainment somehow in the wasteland. I know this isn't really private, but there's a little toilet there for anyone who needs it, little desk to work, plan for the day. Um, yeah. Another bathtub cluttered with stuff. And here's the other way to kind of come back up from below. This is where dog meat hangs out. Weapon you can grab if needed. A handful of folks on the artillery pieces here. This looks out kind of over the back, over that one house that's on the side. And then just another little seating area over here. Another guard post up this way. Careful of falling, because it's a long way down. Looking over the water that way. For the water purifiers. This is just a little house. I think I put the scavenger lives here, because the scavenging bench is just kind of around the corner. Turrets facing in case anyone is able to infiltrate. It'd be hard to do, I think, but it's possible. Another little hangout area. Here's the scavenging bench and storage in there. And yeah, I've tried to change up the walls every once in a while, make it look scavenged. Fixed up the flooring. Probably could have done a better job, but that's what I did. And yeah, these doors should be closed, but the storage is in this one. Just various stuff. If you need extra of anything, come in and grab it. Yeah. Pretty standard. Close that back up. And that also doubles as a wall, going out that way. This isn't much of anything, just leads to a little porch and some decoys in case anyone's going for the water. Maybe these will distract them and they shoot up this way instead. Here we have another guard tower, and unfortunately, I can't take you guys up in it because I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone else, but the numbers for the elevator are floating all the way up there. So when you go in, the numbers are like gone and you can't use the elevator. But it's the exact same as the other one. A couple bedrooms on the second level and then a guard post on the third level. So just theater of the mind, I guess. I could have redone the whole thing, but I really didn't want to. And then just a little porch out here to look out over the Brotherhood, who we don't like, but we have a, tentative alliance with, I guess. Another farming area out this way. A couple people hard at work. This just leads back through the elevator. And then just another little toilet out here, so you don't have to go all the way down and around if you need to go. You're doing a good job. Thanks for keeping a lookout over the back entrance here. It looks pretty cool now, actually. I wasn't sure how that would look from up here. Another little weapons bench, as if, as a guard, your weapon breaks, you need to quickly fix it up. And then this is kind of the main guard post that looks over this back entrance that got boarded up. Oh, as a note also, once again, Shalzo helped me with fixing the walls all around the castle. And then I just kind of built up around that. So the part I'm standing on, for example, was like really blasted open. So yeah. Yeah, little places to eat, hang out. You can grab, any number of weapons that's hanging out around here. Power armor if you need it. Couple little guard posts. They can stand here I know the ceiling looks a little low, but they can stand there. And then this is just out the front entrance, pretty well fortified, I would say. Another little hangout area here. Watch some TV if you're off duty. And then this is just a fun little balcony, kind of looking out over this way, looking out over everything. I originally had this going all the way across, and then I decided that's kind of unnecessary. There's those stupid numbers. That's really annoying. I don't know if that's ever happened to anyone else. There's a way to fix it without just redoing everything, but anyway. Alright, so, and here's where Preston hangs out so that we can park him here and he doesn't walk around pestering me. Another guard post looking out over this way. Artillery kind of in the middle here. Fire to keep warm if you're on duty for a long time. This also looks out over, you know, anyone coming in from the back entrance towards that kind of main entrance. Okay. Hey, bub. Back to work. Another guard post up this way with a weapon you can grab if needed. I tried to scatter those around pretty evenly. And then here's just kind of the main living space with one guard post. Just make sure it's still, you know, copacetic. Pretty nice view out this way. And, you know, you can sit here, hang out, grill some meat, grab a weapon if you need to. And then there's a number of little living room kind of areas. I'm not 100% happy with how this turned out, but and there's more I probably could have done with it, but you know, it's vibes. It's vibes. I like it. I forgot to show this area down here. I like this little area, just somewhere to hang out. Someone can sit there and grab a gun if they need to. This is one of the little barrack areas, and it connects kind of off the main entrance here by this hangout area. Gym's there, armory's there. This is another area where the walls needed fixing, and then I just built this kind of inside the walls. So, yeah, just a little bedroom area. And then a little toilet behind here as well. And then this leads up into the living area. We're wrapping up here, actually. This is one of my favorite corners. I'm not sure why. Just kind of neat. I like this kind of roof area. Yeah, another artillery piece here that kind of looks over the main entrance for anyone coming in from that way, kind of the Gwinnett restaurant area. Working on kind of a turret here. Another place to fix your armor if it acts up on you while you're on duty. And then this is another one of the main kind of barracks areas. So we'll go out here first. Another little porch area overlooking the grounds. And this connects down kind of towards the main entrance as well. So, you know, if you're in the Minutemen, you're you know, already approved everything, you can just come up this way and go right to the barracks. Little turret here at the entrance and a place to come up and look over everything again. Some relevant cleaning items for, you know, rotating duties, cleaning duties. And these are just more barracks, people to kind of hang out. I tried to make the beds all match, because it kind of makes sense for the Minutemen. to have all the beds be kind of the same. Um, and this is primarily where like gardeners and people working on the crops will live in these rooms. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this building turned out. I tried to get creative with the shape and stuff. So okay, and up here there's just a little place to sit and then a couple more beds and some windows to overlook kind of out that way. And out here is just a little greenhouse area. I really like how this looks. Just storing some food and stuff. And then here's where we grow our corn under this greenhouse here. And then it also doubles as a wall looking over that way.
Seems to be growing well.
Yeah, another bathtub filled with junk. Little desk to keep track of what plants we're growing. Any experiments we might have going on or anything like that. And this brings us back to the first guard tower that I went down. And this, of course, brings us back to the recruitment offices and stuff. So, let me just go up here, and this, I think, is where we'll kind of end it. This might be the highest point. Just kind of a fancier little bar eatery area to kind of chill out, listen to some music, look out over everything after another long day rebuilding the Commonwealth. So, yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll go to sleep for a few minutes and try to give some night shots, but I'll shut up and walk around one more time, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. I don't know if anyone will actually watch this, but if you do, please let me know what you think. And thank you, Shazo and other builders, for the inspiration for all of this. It really motivated me to go back and build again. So.
Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.